I thought his rookie year, like a lot of young players, he was cast in a situation where he's the quarterback, he's the savior of this franchise. And he lit it up his first year. He ran around, made all these plays, and all of a sudden, the second year, it's like, this is real pro football. That's right. He had to learn the game of football. I think he's more mature in the meeting rooms. You hear him now when he gets before the podium. He speaks like a leader. He gets it. It's not about him. It's about the football team. Now, he's playing with a pretty good defense, by the way. That helps. That helps you. But I think he understands where they're at right now. It'll be interesting in Sunday night's game against the Saints, because now he's playing against another elite quarterback, and Drew Brees at home. And Drew Brees at nighttime is 10-0 in that stadium. He hadn't lost a game. Now, they beat him twice last year, Cam and those guys. Now, their head coach was not there. So it'll be interesting if he gets into the spotlight and starts thinking, well, I got to do this by myself. He doesn't need to do that. He's got a good enough team. He plays great in situational football.
Yeah.
Third downs, red zone. In the situations in football now, he's starting to get that 2 minutes, all these things. So this is what you love about the game.
And Steve Smith said he's not trying to make highlights anymore. Now, do you like that about him?
Well, I do. I think as he continues to, when he first came in the league, he wanted to be a brand. These guys come in the league and they want their brand win. When you win, your brand takes care of itself. You don't have to promote yourself. Just win. Now they've got a chance. Think about this football team. They're 3-0 in the division against the Saints, who are 3-0. They win this game, they're in first place. How about that? They start off 1-3. They've been on an 8-game winning streak. He beat San Francisco on the road, beat the guy up the street here, New England Patriots. If he beats Drew Brees.
To his chagrin.
By hooker crook, whatever it may be.
You say
But he beat him. But here, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you love it. Now, I still think he'll finally turn the corner, obviously, when this team wins a division, he goes into the playoffs and wins games. But also, after he scores or after he makes the first down, just make the first down.
That's it. We don't need
just
to point.
Cam.
It's
okay.
We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right.
Just be Cam Newton.
All right.
Well said.
Stephen A.
What's the big deal? I mean, for me, Ron Rivera is somebody that I thought would be on his way out. The resurrection that has taken place with this franchise, he deserves a boatload of credit for, because defense is the face of this franchise. We all know that the Carolina Panthers wouldn't be in this position if their defense wasn't big time. And that's got Ron Rivera written all over it. But with Cam Newton and all of this stuff being said about his maturity and all of that stuff, yeah, it's true. And he deserves credit for it. But you're talking or listening right now to an individual who believes that one of the stupidest people on the planet Earth is a professional football player, whoever thinks it's about him. Because it's the ultimate team sport, and it's so physical and it's so violent that if you are gifted, when all else fails, somebody could simply decide, let's hurt him. And so for anybody to think it's about them at any given time is foolish and it's stupid. To me, what Cam Newton is exuding, while he deserves credit for it, it's something that practically every player soon enough recognizes, realizes, and appreciates. Because if Steve Smith and Olsen and those boys ain't catching the ball, Cam Newton's passes don't mean anything. If his offensive line ain't blocking for him, he ain't going to be able to throw them. He's not going to be able to throw them the football. Doesn't mean anything. If D'Angelo Williams and those boys can't run the football, plus they're not blocking, it's not going to mean anything. So there are so many parts around you that have to work in order for you to have a chance at success. It's stupid for any football player, and especially a quarterback, to believe that it is about them. So Cam Newton is a highly intelligent young man that came to the realization, a very obvious one, that I can't do it by myself. Congratulations. So what? Now go out there and continue to win.
Yeah, but let's not undercut that video that we just saw. He went from saying, I want to be a planet. That's at the Pro Bowl after his rookie year, to I'm a we now. Again, I don't want to be condescending to this kid. That shows incredible maturation. And I still say the worst thing that happened to Cam Newton in the National Football League were those 2 coming out parties he had in his first 2 games when he threw for 400 and something at Arizona and 400 and something against Green Bay back home. Remember those games?
Oh, yeah.
And we all said, wow. And there are a whole bunch of party poopers waiting down the line on that schedule. And all of a sudden, the 400 went to 300, and then by the end of the year, the last 4 games, it went to 200. And he still made the Pro Bowl. But it continued to fall off last year. And now this year, he's averaging 218 passing yards a game. Fine. Because you know what? You're right. I loved your point about when it's time to make the play, when it was time to drive the ball on the New England Patriots and win the football game, he did it. He can do it with his arm, and he can do it with his legs. He hasn't rushed for more yards. I think Russell Wilson has like 9 more rushing yards than he does. Yes. But still, a lot of rush yards are when did you do it, and what did it matter? Did it get you a first down? Cam Newton is lethal as a runner to me.
No, he is. And I think, you know, when we look at this young man, to his credit, he's maturing in front of us. Because think about this kid. When he grew up, he was the biggest player on the high school campus, and he was the best player.
Yeah.
Okay, he goes to college football and kind of flops around at Florida, and he has to go to JC, and next thing he knows, he's at Auburn, by the way, 1 year, and wins a national championship. So in his brain, he's going,
comes easy.
I'm 6'6", I'm 250 pounds, I'm a quarterback, I'm pretty good. He comes to the National Football League, and like you said, his first couple games, we're like, who is this guy, right? Well, he got humility. He finally got some humility. And I think this is what happens in the maturity of a quarterback or any player in national football, but especially the quarterback, because he's always the guy we talk about. How do you handle when you're not playing well, when you had a bad season? Well, he's rebounding from that now. And he's starting to mature, and hopefully he continues to do this.